Probably gonna be Clint. Yeah. You're planning on that southwest one.
Okay, good morning. This is Knox County Commissioners regular session, May 8th, 2025 at 10 o'clock. Our first item is the bid opening for the Knox County engineer on the Howard Danville Road Bridge. So we're trying to get plenty of warning for the Devils and the Bulldogs to know that they're going to have to find another bridge to paint for in a little while. So we're going to be doing the bid opening. So the piles down there with Commissioner Lester. And our first one is from Adina Corporation.
And there were no denims on the problem.
Okay, no denims on the project, and the engineer's estimate is $1,147,242. $1,147,242. As I mentioned, the first one is from first one that we're opening. We're just opening as a item to us, Adina Corporation. And their bid total is $934,465.13. $934,465.13. Well, I think many people understand that after we open up all the bids, the engineer will check these for the validity and all the things that have been required of the contractor, so that they will make sure that when they are awarded the bid, you know, it is one that's been scrubbed, leases. And so this next bid comes in from that Menuez? Menuet. Okay, I knew I messed it up last time. Menuet.
Ran someday. Oh.
Okay, so from Menuet and Son Incorporated, it is $718,947.98. $719,947.98. The next bid is from Buds Incorporated. And their bid dollar amount is $993,964.75. $993,964.75. And that was from Bud Inc. This next one is from McConnell Contracting Inc. Their bid number is $905,504.75. $905,504.75. And that was from the McConnell contract. And I believe this is our last bid, and it's from the Crawford Construction Company. Okay. Shame on them, they didn't mark it. Okay, contract document. There we go. Okay, so this is the Crawford Construction Company. It is $889,050.50. $889,050.50. So as I mentioned, all of these will be given to Cameron Keaton, our Knox County engineer. He will review all the bids that have been submitted, and then give the recommendation to the commissioners as to what contract will be awarded. We thank everyone for their bids and for your time. Appreciate that.
Very good, thank you.
Anything you want to say, Cameron, while we got you on
I
camera?
don't think so. I try not to say much on camera. We got good numbers on these. Good to see all these bidders.
Yes, and they were all under the arrest.
That's good also. Yeah, thank you, Penny.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we always, all the contractors will get what we call bid tabulation. So their bid sheets, just like they submit them, we actually go through and show everybody line by line, side by side. So everybody will know exactly what everybody has bid on each one, with individual line.
You just do the total or you do the
No,
line by?
show line by line.
Yeah, cause I noticed there were like maybe 3 or 4 pages of line items.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, so we show them line by line, what everybody sees. Which,
Okay.
as you bid more projects throughout the years, that just let you know where everybody else is at. So bids get
Yeah.
tighter and tighter. as the year goes
I
on.
just have that gets closer.
That's right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yep.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you do a comparison. Yeah, I know we're building Pleasant Valley roads. And I know that the RFP was probably somewhat different, but
Yeah, yeah.
so some
Same
of
type of
those
structure,
lines,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So some of those lines you may eventually say, oh, yeah, this is where that's gonna be. but-
Right, yeah, some things don't vary a whole lot when you start looking at bridges and stuff, be buying box beams and that type of stuff, because they're all probably getting numbers from the same box beam suppliers. So,
Yeah.
Just a matter how much profit they want to put on top of some of these items, so.
Yep. Thank you,
Yep,
Cameron.
very good, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Laura.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, you will state your name for the audience that's watching and so that they will be able to memorize this person's name.
Laura Webster, I am the 911 Operations Director. Yes. So we have our numbers here, some a little down from last month, some are a little up, as you can look at them there. And our peak day for 911 calls was Wednesday, the same for the non-emergency calls. And our peak hour for 911 was 3 in the afternoon, and non-emergency calls was 4 in the afternoon. So again, you never know, those vary. Just depends. We named Chase Bell Dispatcher of the Year on April 15th during our National Public Safety Telecommunicator Week, which you guys were there to present, so that was great. Our 3 trainees completed and passed our emergency medical dispatch course. We are looking at 2 of the 3 to be released from training in the next 4 to 6 weeks. The
Yeah.
other one,
And that's released to serve, not released from you didn't do it.
yeah, right, yes, released to go out on the floor on their own, so. And the other one, she started after them, months after them, so she's still in that beginning phase, but so far they're doing well, so that's great, yes. And then Nicole and 3 of the dispatch supervisors will be attending a tabletop exercise. It's with the Fair Board. And our partner public safety agencies, that's this Saturday, May 10th.
I'll be with you.
Will you be with them? Yes, I unfortunately will be away this weekend, so I will not be at the tabletop exercise, but those 4 will be there, so. Other than that, it's business as usual down there, so
Are you still need employees, Laura?
one employee, so 1 full time, yep. Yep, so,
But we did raise that, I mean, we had typically had 18
Yeah.
full timers last year, we kind of pushed that to 20 full timers. Cause we just didn't have the part timers to kind of fill in, and so. We did increase that to 20, but we are down 1
Yeah.
from that, so it's not as
Right.
dire as before when we were 8.
So you're operational, you're just short.
oh, yes, yeah. Very operational, in fact, they like it when there's more overtime.
Yeah.
As I say, I think everybody, well, most people like a little over.
Yeah, yeah. But, so we are, when these 2 are released from training, we will probably look at that alternate schedule. With the 2 12s and the 2 8s and 3 days in a row off, they really liked that, so. We would be able to comfortably go to that schedule.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and again, having that 20, that ability to have that 20 really helps with that schedule, so.
I would tell you, I visited down there a couple of times, and people that you have employed down there seem to work together as a team and like their job.
Yes,
That's nice to see.
they do, I mean, and you almost have to work together as a team, I mean, it's.
Yes.
You need to know what's going on in the room, at all times, and even though you're working a certain station, you still know what's going on over here, in case you've got to jump in and pick up if you're not busy, so. They do a good job. Now you've probably been down there on days, which of course, so that shift has worked together for years. They're like a fine oiled machine.
Yeah, I'm not down there at night.
Yeah. Yeah, so, day shift is where your most experience is for the most part. We have a few senior dispatchers who, they just prefer midnights or 4 to 12. Yes, so, and that's what they were, but I liked 4 to 12.
Did you?
Yes. Yeah, I did. I worked days when I could get to days because of course that schedule just fits better with life, but
Yeah.
4 to 12 was good. It's the busy happening shift.
A lot of things going
A
on.
lot of things going on. Day shift's busy too, it's just a different busy. But yeah, so that was the shift I preferred, but anyway, any questions?
You created great camaraderie there.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
try.
So in the news recently, it was about the person down at Centerburg. Everything, will the personnel or any of our personnel need to go through any additional help on walking through that process or?
We have checked on them. They are good. We had a poor trainee at that station. When that happened, and so, it was definitely an eye-opening experience, but a good training moment for that employee, so. But yes, they're all doing okay, so
Okay.
we had a lot going on that day during that time, so. They were busy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we do appreciate all that they do
Yeah.
down there.
We had another good learning moment, when we had the incident at the Career Center, I believe that was last week.
Yeah, with the ladder falling.
Yes, with the ladder falling, but not knowing that at first, of course, so. That was some good experience and training and, for them to exercise those skills that they've learned, so.
Great.
Yeah, we debriefed. The Career Center had their debriefing and then sent all the notes over, and then we were able to do a debrief with our dispatchers, the incident and what worked and what didn't, so.
Good, fantastic.
Yep.
Thank
You,
you.
All
Laura.
right, thank you.
Yeah, Jason?
All right, so we've got a few items for you today. Approve an advertisement for a public hearing number 2 in the Mount Run News for the CDBG program year 2025 critical infrastructure grant. And the reason this still needs advertising, this is federal funds and it
Okay.
requires advertising, actually printed advertising for public notice. So that's why that one's being done this way.
Yeah, and on that hearing notice, in case people forgot, it's Knox County intends to apply for a $500,000 competitive critical infrastructure grant to replace the water lines on Market Street in Danville. And of this, 470,000 will go towards the project and 30,000 for administration, and that's what's going to be in that public notice. So take a motion for that,
Motion to approve.
Second.
and those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next one we have is an advertisement for public notice, and this one is, we can do on the Knox County website for salt brine application from BJ Drilling Company.
Take a motion,
Motion to approve.
A second.
and those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good. Then we have a proven agreement with Terracon Consultants for the construction, inspection, and administration for the county engineer. This is safety improvements to the Danville Amity Road project, and this contract is for $248,250.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And those in favor say aye.
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 That requires all 3 commissioners' signatures. Then we have an addendum for the end user license agreement for Easy Intra for IT licensing for $2,158. And Kyle says this is to help set up user accounts and manage county email. So this is an addendum for the contract.
So we're ending the contract?
No,
No,
it
no.
would just be
Amending.
an addition to the current contract.
Motion to approve.
I second it.
And those in favor say aye. Aye.
And that just requires one signature. Then we have an agreement with Justice AV Solutions. This is the JABS program for the Knox County Common Police Court. And this is for classic coverage, extended warranty and preventative maintenance for $3,109. So both of the courts use the JABS system, and this is for a extended warranty and service agreement for the equipment that we use.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that's one signature. And then we have approved a letter of interest in continuing the Knox County Common Pleas Court grants for fiscal years 26-27. And this is for Community Corrections Act grant, Productivity Solutions grant, and the Targeted Community Alternative to Prison grant. And so this is just a letter that Judge Wetzel is sending to request interest in continuing those grants, and hopefully those are funded.
Yes.
And this will require one signature.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And those in favor say aye.
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 And we have one fund transfer for you to sign today, and it's just moving money from the general fund to the bond fund, so the auditor can make the required bond payments. So you'll see a transfer for that, and then we'll have the bill list. In a minute at this sign. And then also I'm gonna send down to you on the 6th, you approve the proclamation for May 4th through May 10th as Public Service Recognition Week. And Penny has the formal resolution for you to sign relating to that.
So neither of these need a motion.
That we're good, just if you sign them, we're good.
Do you have any other things there, Jason, for us?
Just as far as capital projects, the back north entry project continues to stay on schedule, which is positive. And in addition to that, I did talk to you about down at Centerburg, the Chardon Lane, where we were looking at doing some gravel. So Todd and Jeff went down there, mapped that out, and Todd's meeting a contractor down there today to get price, and then I'll get back to the schools. To Centerburg School Superintendent on that price, and you can make a decision. We also have the Memorial Building. We have a project scheduled over there this year that was funded for 2025, which is to basically sandblast the emergency stairway exits out of that building.
Oh, yeah.
The paint's peeling pretty bad, so that is scheduled. We're not exactly sure when it's scheduled to begin, but it is gonna get done this summer. But we ran into a little snafu. All the electrical lines run in the back of that building there, so Todd's been working with AEP, and they came out to look at it, and they determined that it actually needs a whole new pole put over there. So now they're kind of trying to figure that out, because for them to set a new pole, they're probably gonna shut power down to portions of that block for 4 to 6 hours. On a given day to shut the power down, get the new pole up, and get that in place. So it always turns into a bigger project than what we anticipate. So, but that really needs done, and that'll be getting done over there. And then there's also some issues we're running into with some of the molding, the dental molding, historic molding around the building at the top. Last year, we had one of those fall out of there, one of the spindles. So it was really rotted. So I think we're gonna probably have to get a contractor to go over there and really look at the entire molding at the top of that building. And see what we are gonna need to do to maintain that. And obviously it's historical, so we'll have to use like materials and that kind of stuff.
We gonna come up with a result for the sign that we talked about over there.
Yeah, we've kind of tabled that, but we are gonna have legacy signs is coming
Put it
to
up.
see us, because we've got to move the sign in the back of our building as part of the north entry project. So while they're here, I want them to go over there and look at that. And the sheriff was in, and they've had some people, I guess, trying to get to what is that, the Knox Woods out there on Yager Road, and they're turning and coming down the sheriff's lane. So there's no signage out at the road for the sheriff's office, so I told him we could look at, maybe putting some kind of a sign out more towards Gilcrest that says, Knox County Sheriff's Department or Sheriff's Office entry, something out there. So I'm gonna have Legacy look at several of those signs for us while they're here.
Yeah, so do we need to have one out there by Opportunity Knox too? Cause that's where one of those entrances are.
That one, I think there is a sign that tells you, but that goes to the trails.
Yeah,
But I guess they're getting some people coming down and then they get down by the Sally Port and then they get kind of stuck and then they're,
Okay.
so
okay.
you know how it is with signs, people have to read them, so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if picking a sign up is necessarily gonna help, but I told him we would look at it and do our best to put something out there.
And if I'm not mistaken, I was over at the VA Service Center. I think on the agenda, if I remember right, we're gonna repair those corners of that sidewalk and railing over there that are all chipping. Is that on the agenda for this year?
Yeah, we didn't have that budgeted for this year, but it kind of came to light that it's
It's falling
not
apart.
good, so Todd's been working with Modern, because we
Okay.
did the work originally to kind of look at that, and see what
Okay,
we could do, or there was another company, we had to have some of our columns out here on this building addressed last year, and so we could have them come in and look at it as well, but it's on the
it's
radar.
pretty much every corner
Yeah,
for some reason where the posts are.
yeah.
Now you're talking out the memorial.
No, here,
VA center.
Yeah,
Oh, the
when you come
VA.
up where they-
Yes, yes.
where they put the metal or the columns in there, some of those are. It's
Yeah, they
breaking
just
up the
wiggle loose,
concrete, yeah. So we're addressing that as well. That one was not budgeted, but we have some additional funding in the permanent improvements we can use for that this year. Also, we talked about out at Opportunity Knox, we're doing the roof project for them, the metal roof. I did have Todd go out and look, and soffit fascia downspout gutters really probably should all be done while we're doing the roof. So we got that price for $37,150. Additional dollar, do a change order to do all of that. So I think we're gonna just press forward and just wrap that whole project up, and it'll all be done at one time. So a lot of stuff going on with projects, but
Was it 37,000 or 3,700?
it was 37,000.
Okay.
Yeah, to do all of that, yeah.
You're not going to get groceries, you get more.
So I think that's all I have for you today, Commissioner.
Okay. You have anything?
I do not.
You got it?
I will be Saturday at the fairgrounds for their emergency management.
It's called LEPC.
LEPC, so. Yeah, that'll be 2 Saturdays in a row, cause I went last Saturday and it was the wrong day, so I'm on it this time.
Right.
Did you?
Eat your fever then. Yeah, also, tomorrow, the Ohio Means Jobs Knox County Spring Career Fair is taking place out on Coshocton Avenue. It's 10 a.m. To 2 p.m. tomorrow. They're gonna have food trucks on site, and as I say, it's a spring career fair. It's they're seeking the companies that are there. There's 37 companies that are gonna be out there. They're seeking full-time, part-time, temporary, permanent workers, and even internships. And as I mentioned, 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. And they have industries like manufacturing, healthcare, government, law enforcement, retail, and more. And as I mentioned, there's 37 companies out there. And they say that what you're supposed to bring if you're going out for this job fair, bring copies of your resume. And if you need copies, they'll help you with copies. And if you don't have a resume, that's all right. Registration is encouraged, but not required. And one of the things that we as commissioners receive every Friday is a report of all the jobs in Knox County that Ohio Means Jobs has available. Some of the employers and programs that are going to be out there tomorrow, Absolute Love Learning Center. Some of these I can't even pronounce. ACLOCATE. How's that, Andrew? You don't know that either. Deco, Caregivers, CES Union, Cosby Heating and Cooling, COTC, Donley Ford, And I'm just skipping over some of these: Geldwin, Knox County Career Center, Knox Community Hospital. We have our HR out there as well, Knox Public Health, Mauser, Moore Roughing, Mount Vernon Developmental Center, the NAS, US Navy, Plumbers and Steam Fitters Union, Salvation Army, Schaefer Driveline, Shannon's, yeah, so there's a bunch.
Where's it at on,
It's at that opportunity now.
okay,
So they're in Coshocton Avenue, again, 10 to 2. Saturday, if you have papers and documents that need shredded, it's gonna be outside of our service center. And I believe that's a 9:30 to 11:30. I don't have that memorized, but it's morning hours. I know I had intended being there, but I have a granddaughter that has a track meet someplace else, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to be there.
I'll be at the.
Yeah, you'll be going there for your second thing of education. And then Tuesday night, I was at Monroe Township, and they are doing some upgrades to their fire and EMS program. I was gonna quiz Laura about that, but I figured let the chain of command do that. But I wanted people to know that Monroe Township is making some upgrades to their service in that community. And then at 11 o'clock today, we have Mayor Matt Starr to come in to talk about tax incentive financing and maybe some other things.
So here's a question for you. When these joint fire departments split off or add more, our 911 still responds for them, correct?
Yes, yes. Yep. So it's important that everyone stay on the right page and then
They have
mutual
a-
aid.
Yeah, and they have a regular fire chiefs meeting that Laura attends, with all of the chiefs. And then they do the same thing with law enforcement. They have a regular law enforcement meeting as well that 911 attends
Right.
to kind of communicate issues and concerns and that kind of stuff.
So we're not adjourning, but we're gonna go into a hiatus for a little while.
Recess for a little bit.
Yes, until the Mayor Matt Starr shows up.
And that's scheduled for 11.
Okay, welcome back. We had some miscommunications with the mayor's office from Mount Vernon. He is not going to be here at 11 o'clock, so we're coming back on simply to be able to take a motion to adjourn. So if I can have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
And so we stand adjourned at this time. Everyone have a great weekend. Remember, hire means jobs tomorrow, and also recycling here at the service center on Saturday. Thank you. Have a good
Mother's
weekend.
Day.